Hello everyone! In today's video, we're going to go over how to do the ripple stitch in crochet using US terms. In today's tutorial, I was using this big twist yarn in the color Watermelon, as well as a 4.5mm crochet hook and scissors to cut off my work, though you can use whatever yarn and corresponding hook that you may have. We're going to go ahead and get started with a slip knot, which you can do however is easiest for you. And then once we have our slip knot, what we're going to do is we're going to chain in multiples of 12. So I'm going to chain 24, but you just want to make sure that you are chaining in multiples of 12 until you get to the desired length for your final project. And to chain, of course, you just yarn over and pull through the loop that's already on your hook. Alright, so that is 24 chains completed for me. And then what we're actually going to do now is we're going to add 3 additional chains. And then we're ready to get started on the first row. So in order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to find the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to start by putting a double crochet into that chain. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So what this is going to end up being is we have 1 double crochet here, and this additional chain 3 that we did after our multiple of 12 is going to act as if it is a second double crochet. So now in each of the next 3 chains, we're going to put 1 double crochet a piece. So we have 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do a stitch that's called double crochet 2 together. So it's going to be in these next 2 chains, but we'll start with just the next chain from the one that we put the last double crochet into. So we're going to start like it is a normal double crochet. We're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're actually going to move to the next chain, and we're going to start again as if we're doing a standard double crochet, ignoring the 2 loops that are still on our hook. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 3 loops left on our hook, and we're going to yarn over, pull through all 3. And that is again double crochet 2 together. We'll do 1 more into the next 2 chains. So starting as if we're doing a standard double crochet again, we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're going to start working into the next chain again, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops left on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And so what we did there is we actually decreased. So this pattern is going to have both increases and the decreases, and the double crochet 2 together is how we're going to decrease in this ripple stitch. So now in the next 3 chains, what we're going to do is we're going to put 1 double crochet a piece. So in the next chain, we have a double crochet, that's 1. In the next chain, we have another double crochet, that's 2. And in this 3rd chain now, the next chain, we're going to put our 3rd double crochet. And now it's time to increase. So what we're doing now is we're getting the top of our ripple. So in the next chain, what we're going to do is we're going to put 2 double crochets into that same chain. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and in that same exact chain, we're going to put another double crochet, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then into the next chain, what we're going to do is the exact same thing. We're going to put 2 double crochets into that chain. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and again into the same chain space, we're putting our second double crochet. So that is going to be the top of our ripple there. And then in the next 3 chains, we're going to again put 1 single crochet a piece. 1, 2, and 3. So you can see the beginning of our ripple here. So we started with what's going to act as if it is an increase. So we have that chain 3 as well as double crochet. And then down here where it dips down is where we have the 2 double crochets together, or the decrease. And up here again is where we increased into those 2 chain spaces. So we have 2 double crochets in one chain and 2 double crochets in the chain next to it. So what we're ready to do now is we're ready to decrease again with the 2 double crochet together. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then into the next chain we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then we want to do that again with the next 2 chains. Pull through 2 loops left on our hook, and into the next chain, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 4. So now what we should have left is 4 chains. So what we're going to do is we're going to, in the next 3 chains, put 1 double crochet a piece. So that's 1, and then into the next chain, that's 2, and then into the 3rd chain, that's 3. So now with this last chain left, what we're going to do is we're going to do our last increase. So we're going to end by putting 2 double crochets into this last chain. That's 1, and into that same chain, that's 2. So that is the first row completed. What we're going to do in order to turn our work is we're going to chain 3, and then we're ready to get started on the second row. So for the second row, what we're going to do, so just like at the beginning of this first row here, we had the chain 3 and then the double crochet. What we want to do is we want to mimic that. So in this stitch right here, we're going to put a double crochet. So the row is always going to begin and end at the top of the ripple. And what we're going to do in order to get to the top is we're either going to start with the chain 3 and the double crochet into the first stitch, or we're going to end with 2 double crochets into the last. So now, since we just did what's going to mimic 2 double crochets here, we want to put a double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. So now we want to make the dip down for our ripple. So we're going to do that again by putting the 2 double crochets together in order to decrease. So we're going to first start as if we're making a standard double crochet, but then when we have the 2 loops left on our hook, we're going to yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. So then we need to do that decrease again into these next 2 stitches. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. So now we need to put the 3 double crochets again into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So now we need to make the top of the ripple again, and we're going to do that by putting 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So here's the first one, and then into that same stitch. And again into the next stitch, we're going to again put 2 double crochets in order to increase. There's 1, and into the same stitch, there's 2. So then again, we need to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then if we put this down again, you can see that we once again need to dip down for the ripple, and we're going to do that again by decreasing. So into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then into the next stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then into the next 2 stitches again, we're going to put that decrease by combining those 2, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. So then we have to put the next 3 double crochets into the corresponding stitches beneath them, 1 in each stitch. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And then what we have left actually is we have this chain 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the top of that, and in that chain there, we're going to put 2 double crochets. So yarn over to find the top of the chain 3, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and into that same top of the chain 3, we're going to put another double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is the second row completed. In order to turn our work, we'd need to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're ready to get started on the third row. So for the ripple stitch, it's actually the same pattern for each row. So we'll do the third row together, and then I'll meet you near the end of my project as always in order to go over how to finish our work. But just to go over it really quickly before we start doing it. So we're always going to start with this chain of 3, which is going to act as if it is a double crochet, and then into that same stitch, the last stitch that we worked, we're going to do another double crochet right there. So that's going to act as if it's an increase. And then in between that, we're going to put 3 double crochets. And then we need to decrease in order to get the bottom of the ripple. So we're going to do that by doing the 2 double crochets together. And we're going to do that 2 times. So it's going to be 4 stitches beneath us. And then between that, as always, we're going to put 3 double crochets. And then we're going to increase at the top of the ripple by 2 stitches. We're going to put an increase into 2 of them. So we're going to put 2 double crochets here, 2 double crochets here, 3 double crochets as always, and so on until we get to the end. So getting started on the 3rd row together, we have this chain 3, and then into this stitch right here, which is the last stitch that we worked in the previous round, we're going to put a double crochet. And then between, as always, either the increase or the decrease, we're going to work those 3 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. 1, 2, and 3. And then we need to decrease in order to make the lower part of our ripple. So we're going to do that by putting 2 double crochets together, and then into the next stitch, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then we need to do that one more time into these next 2 stitches beneath us, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then in between that, as always, we need 3 double crochets, 1 into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now it's time to increase. So into this next stitch, we're going to put 2 double crochets into that one stitch. 1 and 2. And again into the next stitch, 2 double crochets into that one stitch. 1, 2. And then since we just did an increase, we're going to put 3 double crochets again, 1 into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And now it's time to decrease. So we're going to start with our first decrease stitch, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then we need to do that one more time, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3, and then as always, since we either increased or decreased, we need to put 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And then we have this chain 3 again that we did in order to turn our work. We're going to find the top of that chain 3 and we're going to put 2 double crochets into that. There's 1 more needed. Chain 3 to turn our work. So I'm going to meet you at the beginning of my last row once I have a few more rows worked up. So if you need to, you can go back using the timestamps below. But if not, if you want to meet me at my last row so we can go over how to finish our project together. I'm about to get started on what's going to be the last row for my project here. If you wanted to take a closer look at the pattern that we've gotten now that a few more rows are worked up, here you go. And I've also worked up a swatch that has multiple colors. So this is a stitch that looks especially good when you switch colors. If you see here, I did 2 rows of each color between the switch. So just something to keep in mind. This would make a really nice baby blanket, for example, or a blanket in general. And I've already chained 3 in order to turn my work. And now into this first stitch here, we're going to put a double crochet. And that's going to act as if it is an increase. So now we need to put 3 double crochets, 1 in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And now we need to start our decrease in order to make the dip in the ripple. So what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And I just wanted to get a little closer here so you can see that this one stitch right here is coming from 2 stitches beneath this. So again, that is 2 double crochets together. So we're going to do that again. So we're going to yarn over, insert, and also when you are working this decrease, you can see that the stitch that you're working into looks a little different than a standard stitch. So for example, this one has it's a little bigger than the other stitches that you're just working a standard double crochet into, and that is another visual cue for you to look for when you're doing this stitch. So yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. And again, you can see that this one stitch is coming from 2 stitches beneath it. So now since we just decreased, we again need to put 3 double crochets, 1 in each of the next stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And after that 3rd double crochet, we're ready to increase. So we're going to put 2 double crochets into this stitch. So we have 1 and 2 into that same stitch. And then if we want to get closer to that 2, you can see how there are 2 stitches. So you see the 2 posts coming from 1 single stitch. So just something to look out for if in case you want to know more closely what those stitches look like, both the increase and the decrease. And then into the next stitch, we need to increase again. So 2 double crochets into that same stitch, 1 and 2. And then it's time again for 3 double crochets, 1 into each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So then we just need to decrease again. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, I want to get closer to this next stitch so you can see again, as I was talking about with our last decrease, that it looks a little bit different. And that's just another, again, a visual cue for you to look for when you're decreasing. So yarn over, insert into that next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. And then we need to do that once more. So again, we see that that stitch looks like the last one that we just worked into for the decrease. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. 3 regular double crochets again into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. And we're ending as we do on each row with this chain 3 that's acting as if it is a double crochet for the previous row, and we're going to end by increasing. So we're going to put 2 double crochets into the top of the chain 3. So there's 1, and again into that same space, 2. So now what I'm going to do to finish my project, I'm just going to chain 1. I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors and cut off, pull up my hook, and pull tight. And you can knot there if you want to be more secure, but this would be our finished project. The only thing you'd have left to do is you'd need to weave in your ends. So you have this right here, which is where we just tied off. And you also have this over here, which is going to be the excess from the slip knot that we did in order to start our project. But this is our finished project for the ripple stitch. Here it is again with multiple colors. Please let me know, as always, if you have any questions in the comments down below, or if there are any other projects or stitches that you'd like to see in a future video. Thank you.